Hey, what's up, you guys? Back again, talking about the Batmobile, Robert Pattinson version, obviously. So I just want to do a quick review of the stock product from Hot Wheels. I do not advise any adults to get it for fun. It is not a fun toy as an adult. I think it'd be fun as a kid. One thing to consider um, when getting this is that if you wanted to make it faster, you're gonna have to do modding and a lot of modding. But if you're okay with how it is, the speed of it and its basic functionalities and poor steering, then yeah, get it. It's a cool product in general. Like, it's a Batmobile. It's an RC Batmobile. It's a nice large scale. Who wouldn't love it, you know? But yeah, the main things about it, I've only driven it once or about twice, and after that, I didn't want to drive it anymore because I knew I just wanted to mod it as soon as possible. So that's what I've been doing. Um, the thing about the steering wheel, well, the steering, our problem with the steering was that it didn't read your steering by degrees. It was only on a left and right. So when you wanted to turn left, you had to fully commit. And if you hear that clicking, that's when the wheel actually turns a full, I think it was 45 degrees. I don't know how much the servo turned. But yeah, that's turn. That's when it starts turning. When you hear that click, that switch. Same on both sides. So it wasn't good for like fine-tuned driving. Like, you just had to go dun dun dun. You know, it was not fun. LEDs. I didn't like how. I didn't like. Now maybe this is me asking for too much, but the LEDs, you couldn't control them at all. Like, you couldn't have them turn off. You couldn't have them like flash or anything. They were just a set on all the time. And I wish you had the option to turn them off, especially if you weren't driving at night, because you wouldn't really see them during the day. But that's just a minor thing. The other big thing is and this is about modding now, you really have to do a lot of reconstruction to mod this body vehicle. I know there's a man, has a channel, Jose. He left a comment my last unboxing review, or not review, but just unboxing video, and he told me that he's actually got it working, or not working, but he modded it. He added a new differential and he added a new servo. It's a 3S battery packs in there, and he's using basically the stock belly of the vehicle, and just adding components on top of it, which I praise him so much for doing it, because that's amazing. Like, that's so hard to do, considering the belly of the vehicle itself doesn't allow you to mod a lot, and it's basically you're gonna have to like drill your own holes and everything. So shout out to him. I'll leave a link to his video or channel in the description below if you want to check it out, what he's done. He's a really awesome dude. But for me, what I'm doing, I'm not going to talk about it too much because I don't want to showcase too much until I'm finally done. But what I have done, what I am doing, I'm taking a donor chassis and using the chassis and using the chassis to then take the body of the Batmobile and mount it on top of the chassis. The hardest challenge with that is this body is not meant to obviously work with this chassis. You have to make it work with the chassis. And so that's been the biggest challenge, and I've actually basically have already managed to mount the body to the chassis. So it's awesome. That means now going forward, replacing parts, adding any really custom parts I want to the car will be very fairly easy. And if something breaks, that's not the body of the Batmobile, it wouldn't be too hard to replace. That's why I kind of wanted to pull away from the bottom belly of the chassis of the Batmobile, because I knew that if something were to break, it would be almost impossible to replace, especially if it ripped the belly of the Batmobile. Because I am expecting to drive this heavily. Sorry about that quick cut. But yeah, I'm expecting to drive this heavily. I wanted to go really fast. Obviously, for me, and I think most people out there, 10 miles per hour, just not going to cut it for a fun RC car. And so we're going to be shooting for 50 miles per hour, maybe more, for this RC car. We're going to add different LED lights. We're going to stick with the white lights up front, and we're going to do orange lights, blue lights in the back. Because I like the blue flame in the back. In the movie, there was blue flame. So we want to keep it consistent and add a blue light to the back for flame. And for everyone else out there who wants a better experience with this body, really consider reaching out to a professional. If you are kind of an amateur, or if you're a professional yourself, or you're experienced yourself, I would consider trying to mod it, or trying your best to what I'm trying to say. There's two ways to do it, really. The one way Jose did it, which I didn't think would be feasible for me with my experience, but Jose is a really experienced guy, is to just buy new parts and just essentially replace all the essentials that are in there. And for me, I'm not that experienced, and so that wasn't a route for me to do. I mean, I could have hired someone to do it, but I want to do this myself and make this more my own. And in the long run, I ended up thinking that this would be the better route, financially, long term, and just beneficially, it would be more fun in the long run as well. But if you wanted to do what Jose's doing, I think that's a great idea, to just stick with what you have, replace all the components, because that's what you would need to do to mod this. You would need to replace all the components, and have a great time. I mean, I wish this car was not low budget from Hot Wheels. I wish they could have spent another $100 on there to just make it more of an RC car and less of a toy, because this is more of like a big toy for kids, unfortunately, even though I feel like the target audience for a Batmobile is going to be adults, which is just the truth in my opinion. So yeah, I'm sad that this is a low budget RC car, and I wish Hot Wheels should have realized that their audience is going to be adults that want to go fast, or want, a fast, durable car that can be easily replaced, if any parts break or stuff like that. So yeah, I'm sad about that, but at the same time, it's just, I get it. You have a budget, and companies have to hit that budget, and I totally get it. Whatever, but hopefully over time, there's more creators out there that find ways to mod the vehicle and showcase ways to make it easy for newcomers or new people that do RC or want to get into RC cars and love the Batmobile. Hopefully there's content creators out there that can showcase how easy it is to mod this vehicle, because in my opinion, I haven't really found an easy direct path to modding this vehicle, but I am doing it and it's going quite well so far. But I feel like the documentation to modding this is just way too long for anyone to just, and it's so nitpicky too. Like, there's a lot of little things that might be different for other people, so you can't really share. I can't really share my experience with other people and tell them exactly what I did, because exactly what I did may or may not be the best way to do it. Plus, it may or may not be the same way that you have to do it. Um, there's a lot. So with this car, you know, a lot of things I noticed about it that it wasn't perfect, right? There's a lot of little things that are out of misaligned, and I feel like off the assembly line, people are gonna have different variations of the same product, so it's gonna be tricky, man. I mean, even with my seat here, it came with a hole in the seat. I didn't make that hole. It came like that stock. I got a hole in my seat. Hot Wheels sent me this hole in my seat, and that's a driver's seat too. And yeah, there's, like I said, there's a lot of little things with this toy. Again, not for adults. I feel like you're gonna be bored of it, and I don't think it's worth $100. I think the $100 is from the name Batman mostly, but this is like a $30, maybe like a $20 RC car, man. This is, the body is the most impressive thing, I think. Not by the material, but the design work, because there's a lot of complex angles and shapes and components to have this resemble the Batmobile itself. And kudos to whoever tried to design that. But yeah, I'm starting to ramble now, so if you guys have any questions, let me know. If you want to see or learn more about, you know, how I modded this in my way, I'll leave a comment. Tell me that you want to see it. I will try to make a video about it. It will be a long one. But yeah, if you want to go check out Jose's channel, he modded it a different way. I'll leave the link in the description below. But other than that, thanks for watching. I'm almost at 1,000 views on my unboxing video, so that's awesome. Thanks, you guys.